Hi there, Nadia. Let's take a look at this new set of essays you've sent to us. This is the letter about the complaint to the manager. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Manager, I am writing this letter to report an unpleasant experience I had while dining, D-I-N-I-N-G, at your restaurant on Thursday last week. Let me explain the situation. On Thursday, the 30th of June, I visited your restaurant with a couple of my friends to enjoy my birthday dinner. Upon arrival, I informed the waiter about our booking a week ago, but we had to wait almost half an hour to get the table. In addition to this, several items were unavailable on that night. However, we ordered the foods which were available, and after 1 hour, the dishes were served. When we started eating, we discovered that the steaks were half cooked, soup was bland, and other items were cold. I called your restaurant supervisor immediately, and he was rude on this matter, consequently did not take any action about this. I was really embarrassed with my friends on my special day. I am exceedingly displeased with both the quality of the food was served as well as the poor service I received. I expect a full refund of the amount paid within 2 days. I look forward to hearing back from you immediately. Yours faithfully. Okay. This is well done. I liked it on the whole. You were fine with your word count. Paragraphing was well done. All these conventions of letter writing were appropriate. Dear Manager, you ended with yours faithfully. There was some nice vocabulary throughout. There were some small little grammatical errors. That's the one thing that I can tell you needed just a bit of work. Let's see. This was okay. I told you that dine-in sounded a little strange to me, to my ears at least. I'm never really a big fan of this, let me explain the situation. It's a command when you say, let me do this. And this is a formal letter. Therefore, even though you are angry and you're showing that you're displeased, you still need to show some more politeness, essentially. So you could have said, please allow me to explain the situation. Okay? That's a better way of saying this. It's essentially the same meaning, but it sounds a little less direct, a little less aggressive. So please allow me to explain the situation. Here, I visited your restaurant with a couple of friends to enjoy my birthday dinner. Upon arrival, I informed the waiter about our booking a week prior. Okay? Because remember, this is now reported speech because you're talking about that the reservation was 1 week before you actually got there, but clearly it's no longer June 30th, so it's a week prior or a week earlier. But we had to wait almost half an hour to get the table. In addition to this, several items were unavailable that night. Get rid of on. However, we ordered the foods which were available, and after 1 hour, the dishes were served. When we started eating, we discovered that the steaks were half cooked, soup was bland, and other items were cold. He was rude on this matter is a little unnatural, okay? You could have said, I called your restaurant supervisor immediately, and he was very rude to us. He disregarded the issue. He responded maybe flippantly. He paid no mind to our complaint. So there were other ways you could have said this that felt a little more natural than this. Okay. Consequently, did not take any action on this. I was very embarrassed with my friends on my special day. That's fine. Okay, here you had a grammatical error. I am exceedingly displeased with both the quality of the food served. Okay? Why is it served? Because it's actually a reduced clause. It's really saying the quality of food that was served. So you could have had a that here and it would have been fine. Or the quality of food served as well as the poor service I received. Okay? What do you want to happen? I expect a full refund. I think what would have made this a little better is if you had told us that you're going to follow up, that you have attached bank details or contact information in order to process the payment, something like that, just to make it seem a little more plausible rather than just I expect a full refund and then that's the end of the story. Okay? But other than that, I thought it was well done. There was some, like I said, there was some good vocabulary here, and most of the grammar was good with those exceptions that I already talked about. So let's look now at your task 2 about going on a business trip with family. Experts throughout both the developing and the developed world have debated whether taking family members while traveling overseas for business is appropriate or not. Some believe that accompanying family, it's not an office tour, it's on business, okay, or for work purposes. So let's try that. Some believe that accompanying family on travel for business or for work is considered a distraction. However, personally, I strongly disagree. I really want to see a however here, because you've got two contrasting statements. Some people say this is great, and yet you're telling us that no, you don't think it's great. It's not enough to just have a comma. My personal belief is that you need to have some word that shows contrast. However, yet, but, any of those would be okay. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that spending family time after work is a great source of relaxation for any person, and it maintains the work-life balance smoothly. Moreover, away from home after hectic scheduled meetings, workers need to feel comfortable and relax in a new environment. It's getting very long and rather cumbersome. Look at this sentence here. It starts all the way with moreover and extends here, but it's starting to get kind of overcomplicated. So let's look at it one more time. Excuse me. Moreover, away from home and after hectic schedules, workers need to feel comfortable and relax in a new environment, full stop. Having their family with them would make it easier for them to feel at home. Okay, so that's one suggestion on how you could do this. For example, after an important, no, you can't say after an important stressful work. You could say after a stressful work day, the employees could go sightseeing without to, or shopping with their loved ones, counterparts is the wrong word, to recharge their energy. Consequently, they can be more refreshed and zestful for the next day's, apostrophe S here, busy schedule. Zestful is a little bit much, okay? You could say they could feel refreshed, they could feel relaxed, they could feel rejuvenated, but zestful also feels a little unnatural. On the other hand, going on a foreign, this is a little awkward, look at this, foreign countries, apostrophe S, job excursion along with family. We have to change this a little. So on the other hand, going on a business trip to a foreign country along with family can be nerve-wracking. This is largely because if we travel to any new country, there is a matter of adaptation, particularly with the weather conditions with an S. For instance, with the extreme condition and change in weather, For instance, the extreme condition and change in weather can make anyone sick in that environment, and it would divert the the employees, apostrophe S, attention from the main purpose of the journey. Consistent with this line of thinking is that due to the workload, the personnel might be occupied with work and may not be able to give proper time and attention to their family. Thus, family members could be left all alone in a hotel room and will get bored with a D in this situation. Consequently, it is possible to state beyond doubt, you're missing a word here, that traveling with family on a business trip, get rid of the S, would not be as peaceful and enjoyable as family trips, because it would not be as peaceful. You have to complete this structure with another as here. To conclude, from the arguments and examples given, get rid of that. Although there are certain drawbacks of taking family on business trips, S, the benefits of enjoying a new country with family in the middle of the, new country with family while working are too great to ignore. Okay, so what we've got here, Nadia, is a well-written essay. The problem that I found in this essay was with grammar. There were a lot of areas that you saw I consistently had to change, I had to correct. The good news is that these are not errors that create incoherence. I was able to understand your idea. It was just little things that needed to be changed in order for the grammar to be accurate. And so that's okay. Let's see. The organization of your essay was fine, although, let's talk about this a little bit. I believe that the way you organized your body was a little awkward. So typically, what a lot of IELTS tutors will recommend is having first the paragraph that you do not support, then the paragraph that you do support, and so that paragraph flows much better and connects much better to your conclusion. Plus, it gives it more weight because it's the last thing the reader reads. So I would recommend having this paragraph second. All right, it's a convention that a lot of examiners and tutors are used to seeing, so they're expecting it. So all of a sudden to then read here that, oh, you think that the positives are more, the examiner might say, well, wait a minute. Well, then why did we just spend all this time talking about disadvantages? Okay, so that's another suggestion. Reverse these. Okay, nice job. I want you to be careful with your grammar. Try to correct some of the things that we talked about. And let's see another set of essays from you, okay? I do want to, just before we close, mention something that you mentioned in your email about band scores. It's a good essay, but like I said, there were some consistent errors in the grammar that would keep it from getting one of those higher band scores. I thought you did a good job in terms of task achievement, but like I said, the organization of the ideas, particularly with regard to these two paragraphs, that was something that I thought you should have changed. So yeah, it's a good essay, but together with your letter, there are some things, there is some room for improvement for you to, work on so that you can get even better. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing more essays from you. Good luck.